Hello. Feels like it's been a hot minute for me. Probably hasn't been for you, depending on when this comes out, but if you couldn't already tell, I've been moving. And with the new move comes also new opportunities to do some of the things you love. One of these things is actually this video, a tier list that shouldn't exist. It's a list of ideas of concepts that just don't exist in our natural world, and I decided to make a tier list out of them. And I already made a video based off of this, but I decided not to upload it because I wasn't very proud of it. So here I am, trying again. And it's been probably a month at this point, and I don't remember half of what the tier list contains. I had a specific order to the tier list before, but I don't remember how this goes. So I'm just going to rank this as I see it. The first thing is birds. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, that's such a stupid joke. I'm gonna get it out of the way right now. A tier. Let me explain this next one. My idea for this one is a light filter. So you could put this in a room or like a building or something like that, and you are able to control and filter out certain rays of light if there are any greens in the room, or if there are any reds in the room, or if a room is specifically black and white, so that you can give a real-time 1940s and 50s movie aesthetic to a certain establishment. I would say that a light filter doesn't have any practical use, but I think it's a cool idea, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Oh. A man who has balls made of literal brass. Brass balls. This is Alec Baldwin, by the way.
Fuck you, go home and play with your kids.
Alec Baldwin brass balls gets B. Oh yeah, okay, okay, this one's pretty good. Business clothing that does the business for you. And my logic and reasoning behind this one is it's pretty convenient just being there as the host for these clothes to do the business for you. However, there's nothing saying if these clothes are actually good businessmen or not. There's really no telling if it is going to be a good investment to buy yourself some business clothes that do the business for you. So I'm going to put it at C tier. This one is a Care Bear that literally just doesn't give a shit.
What's your opinion on Minnesota?
Don't really care.
You don't care about Minnesota?
Go.
I was asking about Minnesota, though.
Go away.
Dude,
I don't know if there's an actual bear in the Care Bear lore that is just known for being a massive asshole, but frankly, I don't care enough to actually do my research, so I'm just going to put this in S tier and call it a day. Daniel Thrasher if he was a horror movie slasher. Some of you probably don't know who Daniel Thrasher is. If you don't, he's an excellent sketch artist and musician, but if he was actually chasing after you with a knife with the full intent of killing you, I would say it'd probably just be an awkward experience, honestly. He's trying to kill you anyway, and he's probably just doing one of his impressions while trying to tear out your liver with a knife, so I'm gonna put this in D tier. This next one is really stupid, and it's a world where the only person who can use the internet is Danny DeVito, and he only posts Facebook memes. Honestly, that'd just be more frustrating than anything, especially with all the various uses that the internet has. So I'm just gonna put this in F tier. Sorry, Danny, you're not good enough. Beethoven, but instead of the piano, he decided to learn the marimba. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. It's Beethoven. No matter if he learns the marimba, the harmonica, the piano, the guitar, whatever, he's gonna make that shit slap. So I'm gonna put this in S tier. This next one is an old man who lives in a cave and only paints in his spare time. This one does exist. This one was put in here as an intentional jab at my friend Zeke, who told me a story about how he was like canoeing with his friend, and they just stopped by this cave and they came across a bunch of paintings just in the middle of nowhere, and then like they turn around and then there's just this old guy staring at them, and then he doesn't say anything, he doesn't do anything, and then they immediately buzz off and never come back. And he told me that story, and it was freaking hilarious. I'm just gonna put this in immediate S tier. Screw you, Zeke. That's funny. Ironically, this next one is also from Zeke. It's the idea of a hunter who only sits in the median of a highway and shoots at cars. It'd be kind of a road hazard, but this idea is just so funny to me that he has nothing better to do with his time. So I'm just gonna put this in A tier. Yeah, A tier. He's a road hazard, but it's funny. This next one is potholes that are filled by fat guys.
Huh?
I don't think anyone skinnier just would do the same job. I just don't think they do it nearly as well. And I thank you for your service to this country and for making sure that my car's shocks aren't getting absolutely destroyed. Moving on. This next one is a speed limit sign that takes its job too seriously and actively chases down drivers of cars that go past its designated speed limit.
Get out of my way!
No, wait! I'm gonna be honest, I'm one of those guys, so I'm just gonna put this in E tier because there are some people out there that do need to be held accountable, just so long as it's not me. Okay, so this one is a futuristic zero-gravity city where every 24 hours, one person falls. Now, this sounds like a bad idea, but hear me out. If you somehow manage to make it to a point where most of the residents are already gone, then there's no one stopping you from looting. F tier. This next one is a lady who says that she's fine and actually is. Honestly, I think it'd be awesome. S tier. This one's kind of hard to explain. Think of like a green screen where anything being shown actually comes into reality, and the guy in charge of it can change that green screen to whatever he wants. Honestly, this idea terrifies me, and as cool as it is, I'm going to put it in E tier. This next one is an all-powerful, all-knowing, omnipotent muskrat that gives semi-decent foot rubs. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want anything with that much power and knowledge of me and my life to get that close to me in a vulnerable position. And besides, with it being all-knowing and omnipotent, you'd think that it'd be able to give at least a decent foot rub at this point. So I'm going to give it a D tier. I don't know, that idea was stupid to begin with. I don't know. What is this next one? Oh. Natural artificial intelligence, which basically means that it's artificial intelligence that was developed by natural means. So therefore, in which case you'd have to define the difference between natural and artificial. Like so basic parameters. Does some artificial intelligence. This makes my brain hurt. I'm just gonna put this in F tier, and I don't care. I don't know, man. This tier list idea I made like a month ago, and I think I just wanted this to be sort of a parody, and I inadvertently ended up making it an absolute abysmal experience for me. This tier list is so freaking stupid. Oh, a boomer that actually understands and appreciates Instagram. I don't think this is real. But frankly, I think I'd like some wisdom and insight on that frickin' website anyway. So I'm gonna put it in B tier.
I've just got to follow it and work it out, haven't I? I can read about it on Google. Google for idiots. Instagram for people really quite old and not with it. No, not, that's not wrong. No, somebody who didn't grow up with an iPhone up their arse. Right?
Pants that run but don't stop. It gives you cardio, but if you go limp, you're going to break your bones. So I'm going to put this in a D tier. Why not? This one is the Schrodinger's cat experiment, but the roles are reversed. That basically means that you're in a box and your fate is determined by the cat. Let me just show you something real quick. You see him? You see this? Do you really want your fate determined by this prick? Huh? Orson. Piss off. Point being, he's an ass. E tier. Sentient animals. I don't know why I picked that image. F tier. E tier. Okay, we'll meet in the middle. Trap music not existing. This is an immediate S tier. Screw you. The sound of a tree falling in the middle of the forest. Like the idea of if a tree falls over in the middle of the woods and no one is there, does it actually make a sound? So I don't even know why this is in here, so I'm just gonna put it in A tier, I guess. A urethra on the outside. I didn't know what image to put there, so I just decided to put a picture of a balding Joe Biden. Concept-wise, I think it just get painful. Like, imagine if it got caught in a zipper. So, Joe Biden, I mean, urethra is going in D tier.
Successful dump.
Next, we have a female president. Hear me out. I think the idea of a female president isn't a bad idea at all. In theory, great concept. I love it. In practice, that's something altogether different. Because our politicians, I think most politicians have just at this point become a little bit unreliable, regardless of what part of the government they're in. So having a female president is a good idea. We just need to choose the right female. Same goes for dude presidents. We just need to choose the right dude. A tier. World peace. I do believe there will come a day when we will achieve world peace. It's just not going to be the way that a lot of people think. I don't think it's going to be anything that we did. But I do think we'll experience it. Or at least some of the world. But the idea of the whole world with human peace, I think I would put this in S tier. And this last one is a list of ideas from my dad. I reached out to all my friends to help me get ideas for things that don't exist, and a lot of them did come through. And my dad just completely forgot to add this onto the list. This is a picture of my dad. He looks like this, but I as much as I love you, you needed to give me some ideas, Dad. This goes in F tier. I'm sorry, but at the same time, piss off. Love you. So that is my official tier list for a tier list that should not exist at all. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to get more stuff out as soon as I can. Where is tier list? Oh, I already checked it off. I already checked it off because I tried making this video before. There you have it.